Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the grand finals here in Meta Madness. My name is Bahamut. I will be your host, your good boy, your caster, and everything in between as we're going to Hanamura Temple for map number 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. We have Worston Homies on the left-hand side, and we have Washed Up on the right. This is going to be Meta Madness, so if you're wondering how things work and all that, I got you covered as we're going to get into some bans and picks before I finish my spiel, which will be perfect. So there are 22 global bans. That means that these 22 heroes do not need to be banned, nor can they be picked. And that list is Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Diablo, Garrosh, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Joanna, Leoric, Li Ming, Lucio, Maiev, Medivh, Muradin, Rhaegar, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, Tracer, Vala, Yrel, and Zeratul. Now, at the top of your screen, you are seeing bans. These are only bans that'll affect the map, meaning that in map number 2, if a Nubrek is not banned away, he can be picked up. What adds to the list of that 22 for this best of 5 grand finals? Well, it is going to be when a hero is picked. So after the 10 heroes are picked and played on Hanamura Temple, when we get into map number 2, we will have a total of 32 bans. And so you can see how Meta Madness works. I will do my best to keep you all updated, but it looks like the sheet is not online. So I guess these players will, I don't know how to track which heroes have been picked and all that kind of stuff. Maybe someone will track this. Not 100% sure, but we will be kicking things off with a Worston Homies grabbing the Tyrael. What is my favorite Bond scene? Ooh. I love the scene in, I forget which one it is, but it's one of the Pierce Brosnan movies where they're skiing. I love Bond skiing action scenes, but there's the one, I think it's Pierce Brosnan, and maybe it's The World Is Not Enough. I think The World Is Not Enough, where there's the guys with the helicopter backpacks and they're dropping grenades on Bond as he's skiing. I think that scene's really cool. I really like that skiing scene. The opening to one of the movies with Pierce Brosnan, I think it is actually The World Is Not Enough as well, where he's driving the hovercraft across the minefield. That opening segment's awesome. A lot of Brosnan things I do love, but I have to say the opening to Dr. No always makes me laugh. The opening to Dr. No will always kill me. The opening to Dr. No, I don't know why, but it's just so ridiculous. It's just okay, this is how we're starting a Bond film. All right. A lot of odd choices on those global bans, but I'm happy to hear. Which global bans do you find odd? Which ones do you find odd? I'm curious. Anyways, Tyrael, Deckard, Jaina, on the side of Worston Homies, we will see a Cassia Malfurion over to Washed Up, a Sonya ban, as well as Falstad and a Nubrek from the side of Washed Up, and Worston Homies ban out the Chromie Stitches, and what else do they want to get rid of? You think The World Is Not Enough, you want more? That's pretty greedy of you. Varian to be banned away. Nice. He's fairly synergistic with the Cassia Malfurion. Varian charges in, root for Malfurion, and Cassia fends in as well. I mean, the Bond scenes, the skiing scenes, it's so impressive watching the camera guys ski backwards and holding the camera. How did Junkrat get this far without being picked or banned? I have no idea, Lava. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it still continues. I would be surprised. I don't know. I would be surprised if no one grabs it here, honestly. I feel like you could grab Junkrat with either of these compositions. Actually, maybe not so much on the side of Washed Up. They do kind of need a solo laner, but I guess you could kind of make that Junkrat depending on what he'd be going up against. Maybe not against a Chen or an Artanis. So, hypercarry Jaina. Hypercarry Jaina. Li Ming over Junkrat, or is it just a ratio of role bans? It is, I believe it was, Kayla said it earlier in chat, and I forget what it was, but it was donations to, it was highest donator got to choose, so there was, I think there was also, because it's not, the tournament organizers are not the ones who choose the bans, I believe it's community driven. Deathwing to round out their composition. I actually really like the Deathwing. I think this is a really good pickup. The Bellowing Roar is going to be strong as well. I love the draft of Worst and Homies, but I do think Washed Up have got a really well-rounded draft as well. It's really gonna come down to execution. Let me go ahead and throw you into the casting screen. Once we start loading into Hanamura Temple, I will start the prediction for all of you. Alrighty, sorry, I'm trying to get the prediction as close as possible to the in-game loading screen and all that good stuff, so that way you will have the maximum time to get your predictions in. I forgot to change the team name, so let me do that really quickly. That should actually work out very good for us. Worst and Homies. Alright, start prediction. There you go. You've got your time to get the gambles in.
Hey, listen!
Here we go, Hanamura, map number 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. Best of 5 grand finals. There's your level 1s. On the left-hand side, we have got Worst and Homies. We've got Dequaza on the Chen, Dino on the Artanis, Masquerade to play the Tyrael, Banana on the Decker Kane, and Ultralisk on the Jaina. To the right-hand side, we are looking at Washed Up. We've got Copen on the Deathwing. We're looking at Hans on the Cassia, Hazuabs to play this Lunara. Bad Benny on the Mei, and a Yasu on this Malfurion.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Only me and you are... Huh? I don't know what's going on, chat. Baron someday still living in the ending of Live and Let Die. I gotta rewatch a bunch of Bond movies. It's been a long time. Dino with a Blade Dash and Phase Prism looking for the swap. Icing in from Bad Benny onto the Artanis. Chen with some... Wow, Deathwing's taking a bit of damage here in Destroyer form. We are going to be seeing, as I mentioned, Destroyer form Deathwing, so a little bit of a different playstyle here in the solo lane. Cassie, you're going to be going into the Lightning Strokes at level 1, picking up... Yeah, Lightning Stroke, sorry. I always mix up Lightning Stroke and Lightning Fury, which is the name of the ability. Han's going to be rooted by the Deckard Cain, I do believe. They're looking to try and take down this Cassia, and the Blade Dash will secure that kill. Deathwing drops down from the sky. Can they get a counter kill onto the Jaina? Yes, they will with the... not Incinerate... Blanking on the name here. Let me check really quickly. It's going to be... It is the Incinerate. I have it right completely. My brain doesn't want to do calculations. Oh, we got some nice gambles there. 20,000 on Worst and Homies, 7.4 on the members of Washed Up. We'll see how this matchup is going to be going here in the grand finals of Meta Madness. Some shapes, yes. Sentinel Camp slightly faster to the members of Worst and Homies, as Washed Up will go ahead and grab their fortification camp. We have the Vision camp, the Recon, to be achieved over to the side of Worst and Homies. Good experience consistently picking those things up. Camps are a big factor on this map. Camps are very, very big factor on this map. Specifically, this is the real objective in the top lane or in the bottom lane, is the Sentinel gets so much siege potential as well. Level 4s on both sides now. And we do have that Withering Flame on the Chen, going to be reducing spell power by 60% for 4 seconds. Quite a strong pickup right there. Might be a good way to mitigate some of Malfurion's healing late game. I'm assuming Malfurion will go into the Tranquility, so could Withering Flame that, reduce some of the healing as Yasu avoids the Blade Dash swap Phase Prism from Dino. Deathwing takes flight in top lane. He'll be healing up to full, getting those armor plates back. I think he's missing 1. I don't think he was missing 2 there. And the Recon camp being worked on. Deathwing can drop down from the sky if he is needed. Lunara's got... This is Sentinel Wisp at 1. Yeah, so you can see this is the vision provided by Hazuab's Sentinel Wisp. Masquerade being chased here. A little bit of poke here and there from Lunara onto Ultralisk as well. Top lane has the Deathwing clearing out against the Chen, not missing much, if any, soak in this lane, playing it safe and not trying to lose any more armor plating. The actual objective phase, or I guess the sub-objective phase on this map is going to be pushed around a little bit, but the fight breaks out on the right side of the map. This is some great damage into Yasuo. Worse than homies are looking for a kill, and then to Malfurion and do get it. Bad Benny, you got an icing to back away. It doesn't even need it. Just going to get some autos into Dino, trying to slow things down as Ultralisk is just sprinting right at Hazuabs. The phase prism doesn't work out. Hazuabs actually drops the Noxious Blossom behind onto Ultralisk, and also I think is there a slow? I always forget. Hold on one second. Yes, there is a 40% slow when Crippling Spores is activated, because I was like, I heard it being activated from Hazuabs. I heard there's a small little audio cue for it, but I wasn't sure if that was what was slowing Jaina, or, you know. I guess there wouldn't really be anything else that could, so makes sense. Okay, Dequa's drinking up in top lane. We do have the Sentinel camps up and available again. So as you're gonna see, two tanks kind of hit each other in mid lane. I mean, it's oh, the spray. All right, and the voice line. Masquerade's fine here. He's not gonna get taken down. I don't think Chen will fall in top lane either, to be honest. I think he's gonna be able to just get a flying kick and just maneuver his way out of this one. Nice flying kick onto Bad Benny, mid-icing as well. I do believe that just kind of mitigated the little bop stun that's available with the icing. Alrighty. Hanamura Temple, so far, equal. No structures to fall. 2-1 in kills. A slight experience advantage to the side of Worst and Homies as they pick up their third kill, and that's going to be even more experience. Bad Benny low over here on the right side of our screen. No invade onto the fortification camp. 10 Talontiers are almost here as well. Let's go ahead and cycle through those numbers. The Sentinel in top lane cleared up by Ultras, who will tap the well. 3 members around the cart, pushing it up as Hans, we see the call for defend. Deathwing will drop down from the sky. This is a delay for now, as long as they're inside the circle. Hans taking a ton of damage before the team can even rotate. A little too quick of a rotation from Hans. Copen does try and help out, but it's just not enough. The onslaught forward from Deathwing as the cart does get pushed a little bit further away. Masquerade jumping in, does have a lot of stacks of that poison from Hazuabs as you see them underneath the health bar, and that is going to be Tyrael going down. Cassia, Tyrael traded Deathwing, oh my god. Masquerade getting a little bit of death timer reduction from hitting, I think, the Deathwing with the explosion. Wandering Keg, level 10 for Chen. Stay well and listen. Ring of Frost, Sanctification. We do have the suppression pulse for the Artanis. No level 10 over to the side of Washed Up, and they need to get out of here. That's Cataclysm out from Copen. Bad Benny needs to try and avoid the scroll of ceiling as Malfurion is being bopped around. That is, yeah, Yasuo, unfortunately, you are dead. He does get he actually goes for the AoE silence right there, and he lives. I cannot believe it. Deathwing, does he go for Bellowing Roar? Yes, he pops that Bellowing Roar. Does it give enough time for Yasuo to live? No, I don't think Yasuo's going to live as the Jaina gets the last little bit of damage. Ball Lightning from Cassia, a little bit of volleyball being played, but no kill into Dino. Tyrael jumping onto Lunara. Hazuab's not going to get swapped by the Phase Prism. And it was a nice leaping strike to back away, but Ultralisk goes to push up the objective phase into top lane once again. Artanis looking for full. We have Chen finishing out the camp down over here, getting his vision back for the allies and more experience as well. Deathwing delaying out Masquerade in this top lane for the time being. 2 to 5 in our kills. We have the Artanis pushing up the bottom onto the fort. The gate's already gone down from earlier. Decker Kane is setting up some potions for Ultralisk. So Banana, Ultralisk will be able to finish out this camp in the bottom lane. Same work being worked on by Hans and Yasuo over in the top right. A little bit faster for them as Copen pops the Bellowing Roar and will be able to back away. No Bellowing Roar connection. It's a 60-second cooldown, so not the worst in the world. Invade onto the camp. Decker Kane with the Scroll of Sealing. Nice read. Really nice read. But of course, the read comes through from the recon camp that the enemy was rushing right through. Objective phase will be channeled over to the side of Worston Homies. It's going to get some shots on this fort front gate. And 3 shots onto the fort, taking it down to what, 25%? No, 50, not near, 60-ish%, if you would. Jaina's done with her level 1 Fingers of Frost. Cassia on the right side will finish out this camp. Dayquaza still pressuring in. Masquerade jumping in onto Bad Benny, who's looking just to get some autos and back towards the team. Alrighty, bottom lane does have the camp pushing in, the wave as well. Artanis was getting that earlier. Ice Wall from the Mei onto the Jaina, no Blizzard underneath it as Jaina drops her own Blizzard. Sentinel in bottom is going to be cleared out. The bottom lane fort sitting on a very low amount of HP. Dino with a swap onto Yasuo, blind as well. We have Bad Benny in the back line. Stay well and listen from the Decker Kane as Sanctification from Tyrael will be utilized. They're going to jump onto Copen here, who pops the Bellard Roar once again, splitting the Chen away as a Ring of Frost goes on Malfurion and Hazuabs, and Yasuo's going to be the target. Leaping Strike gets the counter kill into Artanis, but another kill. Wandering Keg from Chen. Han's so very low. Artanis will go down. So it's a 1 for 4. You take that every day. Yeah, Dino died. Yeah, his KDA is a little messed up, but hey, you get yourself a fort in bottom lane, a quadra kill. Let's see what's the timing on these camps. They can't go invade the top right, but this is going to be fortification quickly grabbed by Ultralisk. Very, very good start here for Worston Homies on map number 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. Chen with enough to share. Clears out the recon camp, gets a little extra brew, and I would assume they want to invade this camp over here. Wandering Keg will be up for the invade too. Hazuab's trying to use Leaping Strikes to get out, gets it onto the minion wave, but the Suppression Pulse. Oh my god. It was like 20 or 30 overkill onto Hazuabs. He had like 160 something HP, and it was like 198 damage from Suppression Pulse. Nice utilization from Dino right there to get the kill into Hazuabs. It's 10-3 in kills as Jaina continues to poke onto the fort in top lane with Aldruin's Might forward from the Tyrael. Yeah, that's going to be a fort to fall as well. Objective phase should be pushed in by the side of Worston Homies, but of course, it's even talent tiers for about a half a level. Will they try and make something happen on the side of Washed Up? Artanis moves to the left-hand side to work on the Sentinel down over there. Wisp from Lunara being microed around here as Copen starts this Sentinel camp. Icing from Bad Benny to zone back the enemies. Quickly checking on Dino. He's more than 50% away, 50% done with this. Suppression Pulse is up and available if they want to invade, but Chen's not going to go for the Wandering Keg. It's going to be Sentinels traded in lanes. Ice Wall sidestepped. Onslaught forward from Deathwing as Tyrael is able to get the Eldruin's Might out. Oh, I thought that Phase Prism was going to connect onto Cassia there, but Bad Benny and friends. Oh, Sanctification, Ring of Frost, Wandering Keg. Copen taking a ton of damage, does go down. This is a stale while and listen as Bad Benny does get the Cryo Freeze, icing out Suppression Pulse from the Artanis as Dino is low, but he wants to keep going in. He's got that reactive parry level 1. The objective phase is escorted in. Phase swap does not go onto a player. They don't dive past this. They still have the Sentinel in bottom lane pushing. There's a huge wave in top, but they don't really care about that right now. A Blade Dash from Artanis. No swap attempted. There's the Phase Prism onto Bad Benny, who's now split from the team. That should be a Bad Benny kill. For Roger Cube with the... Did the Emerald not hit? I didn't see the negative healing, but it doesn't even matter as the Mei is down. Will Worston Homies go for the throat here, or are they just looking for the keep? Cataclysm from Deathwing. We've got Dayquaza trying to give enough to share for Dino here with some extra shielding. Does help a little bit. Masquerade able to jump out of all of this. Dino drops the Suppression Pulse, but he's still going to go down to the Nexus Forces. A little too OP right there as the top lane fort does go down, favoring the members of Washed Up. Can they make something else happen here? I don't know. Masquerade very low on mana, but they have the retreat path to the bottom lane fort. Alrighty, and Jaina will be able to grab her experience. We'll be able to clear out the top lane, grabbing experience for the allies. 16 talents here, half a level way for the side of Washed Up. Okay. Flying leap for the Chen as well, but let's take a look at what could be another fight. Chen gonna get chased down here. A little more brew for the Chen as Lunar is on the low side of all of this. The recon camps, both of them over the side of Washed Up. Chen goes for the flying kick. He's got Wandering Keg. He's kind of threatening with his positioning onto Hazuabs. We have Bad Benny with a small icing back trying to bop someone into their own Blizzard. Deathwing on the point does steal away the fortification camp, but immediately has to drop it. Bellowing Roar will be utilized, forcing back the Chen only, who's now going to be looking for a re-engagement, but of course that's going to be seen through the Sentinel Wisp that he walked through in the bush. Deathwing takes flight. They can't get the kill on him before he does so, and recon camps will go back. See ya! You know for a fact that they're gonna really try and kill Deathwing now in the next fight. You know, with that little comment, they're gonna be really diving onto Deathwing in the next engagement. And here we go, Sentinel Camp, Wandering Keg from the Chen, not utilized. There it is, Wandering Keg. He's got a lot of stagger damage. Blind from the Artanis. Deathwing doesn't have Bellowing Roar for 16 seconds. 125 on the Deathwing as they do go down. Stay well and listen from the Decker Cane. That's a sleep onto Yasu, who gets the silence, but the auto attacks are still good from this Artanis. Shapes as well from the Decker Cane. Yasu will go down to the Jaina Snipe. Hazuab's looking to run out of here. Dino able to get a bit of damage, but tanking a lot of tower shots there. The mini wave's here, so it doesn't really matter. Blade dash from the Artanis as Dino still tanking tower shots, wants to back away, not reducing their armor too much. That's a nice swap onto Hans. We have Bad Benny trying to bop back the enemy. Blade dash once again. Hans does go down to the Jaina Snipe from her Frostbolt. Cryo Freeze onto Bad Benny, utilized by Bad Benny, but it's 16-4 in kills. That's a swap onto Hazuabs, who tries to jump away. Blind from the Artanis confirms the kill. A lone Deathwing tries to back their way into the core, and actually the Malfurion's back in, but he can't heal up that Deathwing. Bellowing Roar gets no value. Sanctification will be used to confirm map number 1, Hanamura Temple, in this best of 5 grand finals. GGs have been called. Today I learned that Deckard throws potions at people. Indeed. Indeed he does. Hey, think of the Lurkash Mantle. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Meta Madness, map number 2 in this best of 5 grand finals. On the left-hand side, you have Worst and Homies up in the series, and you've also got, on the right side, you've got Washed Up. This will be the first pick priority choice from the losing side that is Washed Up. That means that Infernal Shrines was chosen by Worst and Homies. Oh, that's a bummer. Hopefully they can ski, but yeah, if most of the mountain isn't open, that's rough. I thought most of the mountain was gonna open up. Oh, I'm still on window capture. Whoopsie. Don't mind me. Just looking at Twitter. No, I was looking at the heavenly conditions really quickly. Lift update. All lifts on Windhold will be closed for the remainder of the day due to high winds. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Well, great. I kind of feel bad sending them to heavenly, but shit. Damn. All right. Either way, Junkrat first band on the right-hand side. Okay, ban of Junkrat on the right. What else will we be banning away here? Chromie as well for Infernal Shrines. Oh, I need to get like water and stuff. I just realized. Whoopsies. I should get another cup of tea. After this game, we'll get another cup of tea. We'll get some. I think I'll get some green tea or something like that. I don't really want the caffeine today. I just want like warm tea. Chromie, Junkrat. Alright, so I'm really surprised that Junkrat wasn't even picked or banned in the last game. I gotta be honest, that was quite wild. That is quite wild that Junkrat wasn't picked or banned in map number 1, huh? Either way, he will be banned away in map number 2 here, Dahaka as well as the Chromie. Do we see a Mephisto ban? Mephisto is a hot commodity on a map like this. There might be a priority onto him. I feel like that is typically what teams lean into when it comes to bans. And, ooh, it's going to be Falstead instead. Okay, they don't want to give Hazuab's Falstead over here. Okie dokie. Kerrigan first pick. I like it. I like it. We could see... but they're going to snipe it away. Get it? Ana, snipe. Get it? See, team? It's hilarious. I'm a jokester. Ana, Malthael, and then, so you can still do, like, Uther, Kerrigan, you just gotta figure out a different support. Ana's a really good synergy into all that with the Sleep Dart and just, you know, Shrike healing and such. I still like the idea of the Uther. What else will they grow? Oh, a Nubrak Tychus. I think this was a very smart grab. You can go ahead and cocoon the Ana. Actually, you can cocoon the Malthael. So if Malthael goes Tormented Souls and gets nano boosted, cocoon him, break the wrist, walk away. Ban phase next. I would expect it to be a healer ban priority. Bad Benny does like to go in regeneration globes. We could see Alex Straza banned. This is the one map I said earlier. This is the one map where in Meta Madness she gets a lot of priority, but Stukov will be banned away. I do love the Stukov ban as well. He is fantastic to be able to zone people back here. And also with the Anubrak Kerrigan Tychus, he does synergize well with the lurking arm underneath the dive target. So gonna be a nice nice heads up ban right there from Worston Homies. Sorry. Ugh. Ooh, so they will be the ones to ban away Uther, not going for it themselves. Interesting. All right, what are you gonna grab here, team? What are you going to grab, Worston Homies? What are you gonna grab? I don't think we're gonna see Cho'Gall. I don't see it in the cards for what their draft is right now. I have no idea what tanks are available as well. I think Stitches is up. Stitches, Mal'Ganis, ETC, Arthas. Varian, Sonya. Okay, so single target lockdown. Mephisto is still up and available. What if they were to go? Now they don't have like a true solo laner. They need to go ahead and grab something bruisery, and then they also need something bruisery up against Sonya, and then they also will be needing a healer. What if they go Abathur on the side of Worston Homies? I feel like Worston Homies could absolutely go Abathur with their composition. A lot of these heroes are fantastic to get Abathur hat priorities. Zul Tyrande. Okay, I like the Zul. Wave clear, shrine clear. Lockdown with the Bone Prism. Tyrande, absolutely fantastic to follow up the CC. I love the draft of Washed Up here, actually. Washed Up has a beautiful draft for this map. Last pick on the left-hand side, we will get what for Dino here? Well, at least the expectation is it will be Dino. That's pretty good. I like the Kel'Thuzad. I think the Kel'Thuzad is absolutely fantastic here. This is a terrifying composition from the side of Worston Homies. But as I had mentioned, I do think that there's a lot of plausibility or possibility for Washed Up to be able to take us into the next map. All right, Infernal Shrines will be starting up here. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's get our prediction. You know the dealio, chat. Which team will win Infernal Shrines?
Hey, listen!
The prediction has begun. There you go. You got a minute and 40 seconds from when you hear me say this to get your predictions in. Will it be a 2-0 after Infernal Shrines, or are we going to have a 1-1? Who's going to take Infernal Shrines? Whose draft do you like more, or who do you just like more on one side or the other? Maybe you've got a favorite player and you're like, you know what? I always vote for Yasuo. Or you always vote for Banana. Don't know. Let's find out what's going to happen here. On the left-hand side, we have Worston Homies with the Malthael being played by Ultralisk, Banana on the Ana. We've got Dino on the Kel'Thuzad, Dayquaza to play the Sonya, and Masquerade on the Varian. To the right-hand side of our map, we're looking at Washed Up. We've got Yasu on the Tyrande, Copen to be playing the Zul, Bad Benny on the Sanubarak, Hazuab's on the Tychus, and Hans to play the Kerrigan.
10 seconds.
5K on Washed Up, no belief on Worston Homies. Someone's gonna play them odds at the last second, I feel. GG's. GG's, everybody.
Now this is pod racing.
GG's are going to be called immediately as Bad Benny goes to step into the bush and immediately runs into 3 enemies. Burrow charges, Kerrigan looking for a combo up against the wall. Ana with the biotic grenade, and Bad Benny does not die. He does have the level 1 Nerubian armor for that Hardened Carapace W. Zul gets a quick clear into mid lane, summoning a few of his bone boys, and this will be Varian with the Lion's Maw at level 1, so the assumption is taunt. And it makes sense. It makes sense with the Kel'Thuzad. Mortar Punisher will be the first one in the mid lane. That'll be a solid 2 minutes away. But hold on, that's a Kel'Thuzad going down. First blood over to the side of Washed Up. All right, they figured something out here. Banana is gonna go down. Banana peeled from the team. You get it? Did you get it? Banana was peeled from the team. You're welcome, chat. Happy Sunday. Zul doing a little double soak duties. Okay. Malthael will be scouted out down here and immediately starts to run away, unleashing the camp. That will go to nearly full. Actually, nice Hazuabs is able to jump on this and start getting... He's got some free clear on it from Malthael ahead of time. Anubarak still anchoring between the rotations. A brilliant joke, thank you, Nancy. That's all I need. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Is just someone to tell me I was funny. That's all I needed. Thank you. Level 4 already here to the right. Zul will be going into Jailers. We have Slam build for the for the Ana. Oh my God, for the Sonya. Ana be going into she's going Dart at 4. Debilitating. I can't say this word. Debilitating. There we go. Jeez Louise. That is a hard word to say. As Ultralisk is able to back away. Dino Masquerade so very low. Banana's healing absolutely on point on this Ana. Quality puns are why I lurk here. Well, Stormseeker, thank you for the kind words. Oh, I forgot with that skin that Tyrande the Owl like arrives to. I forgot that there's like a little cool animation with that. That's the this is the old master skin for Tyrande, right? Oh, Masquerade. Come on, bud. Anubarak finds a double burrow, the impale, the Kerrigan combo, and Malthael goes down. Couldn't register the right name to say. Top lane's got a little bit of a wave on the fort front gate. The first objective phase up and available, fighting over this Mortar Punisher as Kerrigan's going to ravage around this. She did go Sharpened Blades at level 4, and sometimes we see the Kerrigan split off during all of this just to go build up those stacks, but no. It's Zul who's going to go split soak in bottom lane. Anubarak burrows onto Sonya. That's going to be a combo from Kerrigan, and Sonya shall fall. Kel'Thuzad picks up a stack or two with some chains here and there, but he doesn't have the 75% spell power, nor does he have the Glacial Spike yet. Zul doing some fantastic double soaking. It really does feel like the momentum is great here for the side of Washed Up, but what will 10 talent tiers yield? I feel like that's going to be a big driving factor. Really quickly, did they... Nah, they didn't do the map sort of... They didn't do the map, what's it called? Oh, nice Lunar Flare. They didn't do the map Easter egg. By the way, if you play on Infernal Shrines, click this little sword here. Click the little sword if you play Infernal Shrines. Punisher, Mortar in the mid lane, already past the gate. Masquerade rooted, and he's going to be comboed. Masquerade might be booted as well. Rooted and booted. Ultralisk is the new target for a few of these players as Zul pops the backlash, stepping in. Dequaz the spears in as well. The Punisher getting some great siege through mid, but it's not going to take down the fort, as the Dequaz is going to be able to sidestep the CC from Anubarak. Banana with a sleep dart doesn't land it. Owl hit. That's why they lost the engage. Owl OP. Oh, you know it. Alright, Kerrigan with a Ravage, some Ravage in this bottom lane, just getting these sharpened blades picked up here. Yasu just ahead, just north of this, and Hans is fine. It seemed more scary than it actually was in that moment. Ultralisk is going to get chunked a bit here, but speaking of chunks, look at Bad Benny's health bar. Backlash from the Zool. There's a Kerrigan combo. 6-0 in kills as the members of Washed Up are washing up this map. Washing up this map? Sure. Sure, why not? We'll use that. Yeah, Dequaza might go down. Nope. Okay, I was thinking maybe we'd see grenades. Sentinel. Oh my God, Sentinel onto Dequaza almost gets the kill. But the mid lane fort falls. The Impaler camp is here. This is going to be 10 talents here as well to the right side team for Washed Up. Nubrek summoning Beetles, as well as the Impaler camp finishing this up. We have the Shadow Stalk. We've got the Skeletal Mages for the Zool. Commandeer Odin on the Tychus. Ultralisk summonable for the Kerrigan. Still a chunk of experience to go until level 10 on the side of Worston Homies. Next objective, top lane. Still probably a minute and a half to 2 minutes away from being contestable, so they're going to start working on this fort front gate, but now Nubrek burrowing away will not be pulled back into the Glacial Spike, but still going to be pulled into, I think that was the Kerrigan. Poking out here and there as best they can. 2,800 experience from heroic kills, some mercenary camps as well. Man, oh man, Washed Up looking real comfortable in map number 2 on Infernal Shrines by comparison. As the level 10s on the opposing side, we're going to be seeing the Frost Blast for the Kel'Thuzad. No Shadow Fissure from them. We do have the Nano Boost as well from Ana. We've got Last Rites from Malthael and Sonya with Wrath of Berserker. Level 10 for Varian, we'll find out what he does. If he slaps the W, he's got protection, then we know what he's got at level 10. If he charges consistently, then it's going to be Warbringer at level 10. The big one is we're just going to look for we're going to look for when he goes for a parry, when he presses W. That's the big indicator. Oh, actually, no, we know because it's shield wall right there. Sorry, I thought we had more cycling time on the stats, but no, it's shield wall. There we go. Spear in from Sonya. That's a backlash from the Zool as well. Sonya going to be rooted for a second, but the Bone Prison camp in the bottom lane actually is going to take down a tower. Ah, I missed the kills. I didn't think we'd have that much of an aggressive fight here, but Kel'Thuzad, Ana do go down. Hans on this Kerrigan is insane, but the members of Worston Homies find their first 2 kills of the game. Malthael will go down. Did he get a last right stack for that? Yes, he did indeed. Masquerade wants the kill onto Copen, but he actually gets the dip dive dodge around. Sonya sees this, and Copen pops the backlash. There's nothing to heal up Copen here. Oh, is there an annihilation? Yes, there is. Commandeer Odin is going to go down to Masquerade unless Bad Benny's got some sort of CC to slow this down. But speaking of slowing things down, Varian, oh my god, no way. Hazuabs gets out with 50-something HP. Hello, Hazuabs, what's up? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He gets out alive right there. The Fallen Shaman from the right side for Washed Up is at the keep front gate, but will be cleared out. Another Sentinel. You can't let that happen, Ultralisk and Masquerade. We do have that Harsh Moonlight level 13 as well for the Tyrande. Scouting up the objective area, Kerrigan rotating up. She's 71 stacks on the Sharpened Blades, 12 out of 40 for the Skeletal Defenders to the members of Worston Homies. As here comes Hazuabs. Commandeer Odin 30 seconds away. Shadowstalk will be used to start this fight, so that's going to be Wrath Berserker from the Sonya pop. We do have a Frost Blast onto a Nubrek as he burrows out, trying to avoid that. Last rights onto Bad Benny will be traded for the Varian. Skeletal Mages summoned by the Zool as Copen's very low, needs to back away. Does Copen have a well up and available? Yes, they do. They'll tap the well and re-engage. The Skeletal Mages will expire here. Kerrigan looking for a combo. That's a Lunar Flare to follow up onto Ana, and she does go down. We do have Sonya to fall as well. Ultralisk going to be jumped on, and Dino goes down. That's a solid
Team kill!
What a bloodbath, indeed. Zool moves into mid lane to go soak. Bottom lane looks like that camp was already cleared out. This one Impaler getting so much value. Dear Lord, how much value was gained up there. What is the game plan here? Because Commandeer Odin is up and available. Commandeer Odin does also outrange structures, so we could see Commandeer Odin with the Kerrigan push, in the sense of Kerrigan having that threat of like, hey, I can go ahead and, you know, pull you out of position. I want to look again. What is the Commandeer Odin range? Isn't it like 11 or something like that? It's a range of 9, so it outranges all structures. Malthael self-cleanses, diving into the enemy team as Kerrigan does get hit with a Frost Blast and avoids spreading it to the allies, but Hans will go down to the last rites. No Chrysalis available for the Kerrigan, or at least she couldn't utilize it there. Might have been on cooldown, not 100%. Hazuabs will go down here. Kel'Thuzad, oh my god. Kel'Thuzad is going to make some chains happen. Yeah, what is this turn of tables? Zul gets a fort in bottom lane. Punisher still pretty healthy in this top. Is going to get, what, at least 50% of the keep? Okay. Punisher pulled away towards the lower end. I'm going to go right back onto the keep right here, getting the lockdown onto the structure with its Frost Novas, and more than 50% of the keep does go down. Over here, Bad Benny is trying to hearth out, gets the Impale, and Masquerade is not able to charge in. 3 stacks on last rites for the Malthael. That's going to be 15 seconds off the 70 second cooldown. Pretty much full W build for the Anubarak, level 13. I can't. My brain, it just won't do it today. But we have the Casting Hardened Carapace will also deal 169 nice damage to nearby enemies, deals double damage against heroes. Little bit of a slow onto Kerrigan. Kel'Thuzad looking for a chain combo, doesn't land it onto anyone. Camp in bottom lane pushing in as Bad Benny comes in with a burrow. That's going to be a Frost Blast from the Kel'Thuzad as well. Can they make another fight go their way on the side of Worse Than Homies? Dino getting low on the bottom side of our fight. Malthael going to be cocooned. He's out of that. Commandeer Odin is out as well from Hazuabs. Self-cleanse onto Ultralisk as they're dropping really low. The Ultralisk onto Ultralisk from Kerrigan. Ragnarok missiles and Annihilation trying to catch onto Ultralisk or Dino, but they just keep outrunning Hazuabs. Bone Prison onto Dino. I think they shall fall right here. No way. Masquerade gets into the protection position to save this Kel'Thuzad, and I don't think Dino will, or excuse me, I don't think Masquerade will live. Sentinel sidestep by Dayquaza. Would it have killed right there? There was like 500 something HP. What is Sentinel damage right now? Oh, that's Light of Balloon. Sorry, excuse me. It wouldn't have killed. It was 200 and something. But I do think Washed Up, they want to wash this game number 2 and make an even score happen here. I do think this is the right call. Barry and Ana dead for 20-some seconds on average. No. All right, they're gonna back away. They're gonna say this is not the right call. Let's go ahead and just get out of here. Camp to be grabbed in the top. We still have Impaler mid, Impaler bottom. This is definitely needs to be addressed, I think. Okay, Arcane Punisher fairly soon. A minute on a lot of these camps in the bottom area. Nice Harsh Moonlight onto Malthael, also gives the vision. Kerrigan and Zool to work on a Bruiser camp over on the top right of our map.
The shrine gathers power. Claim it in my name.
Alrighty, sorry, I had the talents pulled away a little bit there, so let's pull those back up in case you are curious what talents at what levels we've got. 7 to 17 in kills, as 1 level away from level 20 to the side of Washed Up. Fallen Shaman and Catapults will push up the top lane. No periodic or matching catapults from the side of Worse Than Homies in the top lane. So the longer this objective phase is delayed out, the better it is for Worse Than Homies. Also, they'll slowly tick up in that experience round. Look at Kerrigan at the top of your screen. She's looking for a flank onto Banana, I do believe. Playing outside of the vision consistently. I don't know, yeah, they might not, I think they see Banana here and there, might see where the darts are coming from. That's Ultralisk getting pulled over the wall. A cleanse as well. Frost Blast from the Kel'Thuzad still connects onto this Anubarak. We have so much into the backline with the Kerrigan. Ana does go down first. Cocoon onto Malthael as well. Dino is being poked at by the Commandeer Odin. Dayquaza will fall as well. That's going to be a root onto Ultralisk, who is taken out. Commandeer Odin snipes onto Kel'Thuzad, and this is going to be Masquerade falling. Ladies and gentlemen,
Team kill!
as the top lane does push onto the core and everyone runs through mid, I'm assuming they can just sidewall here. Nubrak might spawn a beetle or two. Those will tank those shots for the team. Most of them not even getting dismounted, as yes, this is going to be map number 2 over to the side of Washed Up. Ladies and gentlemen, it ain't going to be a 3-0 Grand Finals, or at least it's not going to be a setup for it. We are going to see a competitive 1-1 Grand Finals here in Meta Madness. GG, well played. Must be an in-house with all these pro players. Wrong button. Hold on one second. Where is it? There it is. Alright, there we go. Wanted to make sure I showed you all the... Welcome back, everyone, into Meta Madness. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the members of Worst Homies. On the right, it is going to be Washed Up. Welcome to Alterac Pass. No, it's a bummer. My uncle and aunt, like, they just the ski day is apparently like really doggy doo doo for them, and I'm kind of bummed out about it, but whatever. It looked like you were saying something. I really wasn't. I was just probably complaining about how shitty I feel. Welcome back into Alterac Pass for Meta Madness. We are in map number 3. The drafts are going to start getting real interesting real fast here, as we have a Chromie, Junkrat band away. What else are we going to get rid of for a map like Alterac? I think Mephisto's still up and available if someone wanted to play him. How are the monkeys today, CP? How you doing today, bud? Hello, Zig. Chromie, Uther, Junkrat, what? We're starting to get low on tanks. They could look for a ban onto tanks. This is a pretty good Cho'Gall map, actually. I mean, every map's a Cho'Gall map if you believe, but this is not too bad of a map option for Cho'Gall. By the way, if you are wondering... Ooh, ETC band. If you are wondering, the first pick priority came from Dayquaza. So that's Worst Homies opted for first pick priority as the losing team from the previous map. So this will be Alterac Pass chosen by the side of Washed Up as they kick things off with a Abathur. Karazim as well on the right-hand side. Alright, Karazim to start. ETC band away. What are they going to be looking for here? What's their kind of jam? Do they want to remove something that Abathur would get value? Ooh, nice. Early Falstead for Hazuabs as well. Hang in there, Baha. I am doing my best. I am trying. I don't know what direction they're going to go with this. I really don't. I don't know if they want to try and play as Samuro early on. Samuro could be a pickup, but then Falstad gets a lot of free stacking off Samuro. So there's that as well. Will anyone go Butcher? There's the Samuro, Tassadar as well. I doubt... Excuse me. I doubt we're going to be seeing a Cho'Gall on the side of Worst Homies. I just don't think they have the setup for it. I mean, Abathur as the support, I don't think is really what you want to have for a Cho'Gall. Probably going to be looking at... I think Arthas is still up and available. Mal'Ganis is still up and available. And I think Stitches is up and available for tanks. And there's a Stitches ban. Abba, Cho'Gall, Cowards. I don't know. I just don't feel like we're going to get a Cho'Gall with that composition. I mean, if they did, it'd be out of the blue, which would definitely catch Washed Up off guard. But actually, Tychus, Malthael, those are all played already. Zul, there are actually there are some percent-based damagers, but also you're going to be playing it into Falstead, who can go auto attacks, and then go into sustained wins at level 13 for the Giant Slayer, or the percent-based damage, and then Karazim's got 7-sided strike as well, so I just don't know. It feels like a lot to go into already, but what are we going to get here? Illidan and Arthas. Oh, no, never mind. Karazim's from Diablo. I was going to be like, are we having a full Warcraft composition? Actually, nope, that's StarCraft and StarCraft. I don't think they'll Cho'Gall, but I do think it's. I think it's in the cards if this series goes to a map number 5. We'll have to see here though. Last 2 picks from the side of Worst and Homies. Stukov, Mal'Ganis. All right, not a whole lot of tanks left. ETC, Stitches, Cho. I think those are all the tanks left. Maybe May. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. Everything's all foggy. Good morning, Dragon. What's up, bud? How you doing today? I hope you're well. Hope your Monday has been going well for you. God, I can't wait for Monday. Oh, I can't wait. I like my family, but I'm excited to sleep. I'm excited to sleep tomorrow. A lot of damage. Honest to God, a lot of damage from Washed Up, a lot of sustained damage, a lot of burst ability. I actually think, I really do think that Washed Up can actually take the advantage in this Alterac Pass map. Also, fun fact, if you did not know this, if Abathur is hatting someone, if Abathur has the Hive Mind, not Hive Mind, if he has his Symbiote on someone, and Phoenix goes Planet Cracker, Abathur cannot unhat and move out of the Planet Cracker in time. So this is actually, if they do scout out Abathur consistently, Phoenix can actually kill them every, 100 seconds? Because that's the cooldown for Planet Cracker. Alright, chat, you know the dealio.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead and get your predictions in for Alterac Pass map number 3 in this best of 5 grand finals here in Meta Madness on the left-hand side. Worst and Homies, the right side, the Washed Up. We'll introduce the players here as you can take a look at the level 1s that we're going to have on the left-hand side. For Worst and Homies, we've got Dino on the Tassadar, Banana on the Stukov, Ultralisk on the Samura. We've got Dayquaza on the Abathur, and Masquerade on the Mal'Ganis. To the right-hand side, we have Washed Up. We have got Copen on the Illidan, Hans on the Phoenix, Yasu to play the Karazim, Bad Benny on the Arthas, and Hazuabs to play the Falstad. No, I'm not Toku, not at all. I'm just saying that there's some tech that you can utilize if they want to go that direction. I also want to point out to you that there's some really good slow values from Falstad. Gust actually has a slow on it, so if you were to salvo and gust, or gust and salvo in the right timing window, you can actually get some good damage from that as well. So, and Arthas has got some slows, so things are looking a-okay. Things are looking a-okay for some synergies here and there. But the level 10 will be interesting, to say the least. The level 10 will be kind of interesting. Samuro gonna just, he's gonna get some early damage in the bottom lane. Illidan makes his rotation down there as well. Phoenix poking out. He does have the mobile offense after moving. Phoenix next basic attack deals 35% more damage to heroes. So A-moving is optimal for the Phoenix. Abathur pressurized glands. We have got the reactive ballista spores on the Stukov as well. Psystorm level 1 for the Abathur, the Psy Infusion. Or the Abathur, excuse me, the Tassadar. Night Rush on to Bad Benny, and he's actually forced to the far side of the Force Wall. Hans and Yasu working on the null pack camp immediately here, as we do have Banana and Dino doing the same thing on the left-hand side. Who will be faster? I mean, Tassadar's got some great damage into this with the Psystorms, but yeah, that's going to be quicker over to the right-hand side. Started first by them as well. Copen is able to clear out the wave, and Ultralisk with the Abathur hat takes down the first turret. The first turret in bottom lane. Fell claws a little bit right there, but no. Oh, Hans is actually fine. I didn't think they had a blink available, so Thought the Phoenix was going to die right there, but that's not going to be the case as Illidan dives out into Masquerade, who's getting very far forward with that Night Rush, and doubles back. It's actually not that far forward now that I see that Samuro did make his way down, or made his way into the mid lane. Falstead still soaking up the top as Masquerade with the Abathur had his body blocking Bad Benny, who's got his Frozen Tempest active, and the Arthas at level 4 went into the Death Coil, actually, the Death Lord. Bad Benny with 170 HP, able to hearth out in the mid lane, as the null pack is being poked at by Hans here on the far side of the wall.
Our scouts report that the Horde's keeping some of our soldiers prisoners. Get ready to free them.
God, the Abathur hat on Samuro's just got to be so annoying for Copen here, just to try and push back the Samuro, but also you do have the Adrenaline Overload. Unfortunate, but first blood for the members of Worsted Homies. Unfortunate for the Illidan, I mean, as I think they were like, oh, I can hug my tower and maybe I can live, but, or maybe that's not even the case, but biotic armor for the Stukov at level 4. We also will be seeing the Deflection for Samuro as well. That physical armor, Arthas in the bottom lane to keep soaking up, and 7 talent here will be first for the side of Worsted Homies. Falstad able to just float out of the top lane, as this is our first objective phase being looked at by Samuro, but he's not able to get the channel in time. Storm onto Hans here, who's just taking some shielding damage. Phoenix still poking at the wave with the Photon Cannon, able to just get a little bit of splash damage onto the entire null pack as Arthas tries to back away. He's actually just completely fine. It's Masquerade, the one who needs to back away, as Hans is going to blink forward, trying to take down the Mal'Ganis. Fellclaws out, gets the Abathur hat on top of that, as Yasuo has to dash to a minion. Hazuabs flies down into bottom lane, and that's Abathur stepping out for a little bit of in-lane experience. Phantom Pain, by the way, for the Samuro. Samuro's critical strikes against enemy heroes deal an additional 35% of his basic attack damage for each mirror image that is active, and reduce the cooldown of the image transmission by 1 second. I don't feel like I see Phantom Pain all the time. Okay. Objective phase channeled by Worsted Homies. Masquerade Night rushing out. And 20 seconds to go on that channel time. Bad Benny popping his Frozen Tempest to try and get some auto attack some auto attack speed reduction. But no, Phoenix can't really do anything here. I do believe the first objective easily goes over the side of Worsted Homies, as Washed Up does have another attempt diving in here, maybe trying to look for a kill here and there before the objective phase. Banana will be the target. The Force Wall from the Tacit. Yasu so very low, trying to dash to a minion. Meanwhile, on the bottom of our screen, that is going to be... sorry, I was trying to catch it all. Phoenix does go down. Copen looking to back out of this. Storm, nice damage from Masquerade in the follow-up from Dino on this Tacitar, as the siege is already in place. Samuro's in the top lane harassing Yasu, having to hearth out full. Okay. Sorry, I'm riding the mute button today. A lot of coughing, a lot of nausea, a lot of everything awful. I don't know if I'm getting sick or if I'm just tired as all hell. I really can't tell. I really can't tell, chat. Ultimate Evolution for the Abathur will be picked up. Black Hole, we have the instant transmission, or the Illusion Master for this Samuro. Flailing Swipes on the Stukov and Carrion Swarm for Masquerade, as the bottom lane fort shall fall in the siege. Top lane fort being assailed by Daquaza. The objective phase, little gust out from Hazuabs just to try and slow things down. Still a good wave in top. Sorry, my apologies, as the Stukov does go down to Phoenix in the bottom lane. Thank you, Ninja. Very well utilized right there, Ninja. Thank you.
The Frost Wolves are finished.
Hunt from the Illidan, Gus from the Falstad, Syndragosa from the Arthas. All right. Salvo on the Phoenix, and 7-sided strike for the Kharazim. Here's a timeout. Hi, Toku. Is this doable, really? Is this doable? I don't think so. Yeah. I was like, this is either going to take way too much time, or it's just not being microed, or I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I do think Samuro has actually started to work his way into this mid lane to maybe join into the team. I am seeing one of his mirror images being microed into Illidan. But he's still in top lane, pressuring the Falstad, who will fly down into the mid lane, joining the allies, but the fight is already over. Hazuab's not able to help out beyond clearing the wave. Oh, Hunt from Illidan. 7-sided strike onto Masquerade. He pops the Night Rush, and wow. Hunt and 7-sided doesn't get the kill, but it does drop Masquerade fairly low in HP. Okay. Okie dokie, bottom lane boss. Dino tapping well. Nope, they're just gonna rotate out. Okay. Maybe they were kind of feigning with their rotation into boss a little bit there. Yasu checks, and there's nobody there. The objective phase has already started, and Samuro is microing and pulling. Yep, there it is. Nice grouping, nice swap, and the mirror images are able to set up this objective grab. Objective shall be grabbed, or at least the channel for 30 seconds, so about a quarter of the way there for the members of Worst and Homies. They'll back off right now. Camp for the mid lane once again. Falstad soaking up the bottom. Gonna check really quickly. Hazuabs has flight up and available if he needs to utilize it to join into the allies. All heroics are off cooldown. We'll see if we get an ultimate evolution of Tassadar. That would be my expected target. Actually, you know what? I mean, Samuro clone is really good too. We shall see, as the objective phase has been channeled to Worst and Homies. 7-sided strike, Masquerade, Night rushes out of all of this. That's going to be Falstad floating on up here, trying to get a kill, but the healing pathogen good. The hunting from the Illidan onto the Tassadar on the left-hand side. The objective phase will be delayed out with the counter channel. Ultralisk going to try and grab that channel once again, and Tassadar does go down. Dino falling as we have a clone onto this Samuro. Double Samuro. Oh man, so many mirror images, so many, as it's 8 seconds that needs to be delayed out. Can they actually do this? Dayquaza trying to get all the autos, but not going to be plausible. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the Abathur was able to push up the Null Pack and the Reaver minion. You can see there's the Reaver minion right here, as it's got more of that blue armor completely. And also those Reaver minions tank a lot of damage. Samuro going to be chasing on to Hazuabs. Does he have the Sakuchi to close the distance? Indeed he does. Break the wrist, walk away, as as Masquerade is going to be able to get the channel here. Nope, interrupted by Hans. Freeze slow, enough time. Yeah. I just realized it was like 21,000 to 21,000 for the bet, so nice predictions right there, chat. Mal'Ganis for the channel, interrupted by Bad Benny with two of his basic abilities, the Death Coil and the Howling Blast. Kharazim with a dash to punch. Phoenix finishes out one of these. Is he going to stay? I don't know if Hans is just playing to the high side. He is, okay. He's playing to the high side of the camp. I wasn't sure if he was going to kill one, then leash the entire camp. But this is also Falstad in bottom lane, cleaning out the waves that have been pushed in by the Abathur. Abathur is Mule at level 7, so he's probably been utilizing that here and there on any walls that have been weakened in the early game. Let's take a look. Yeah, bottom lane might have a Mule sometime soon. Bad Benny getting pressured by Ultralisk. Do we have a clone onto anyone? Not even... Oh, wait, no, Bad Benny gets away. 7-sided strike from the Kharazim. The punishment is shared, and Kharazim does go down. Banana with the channel, and this is another objective phase to the side of Worst and Homies. I'm gonna start boss. Nice call. Boss has been started, and this will be boss plus objective phase in the top lane. Can they guarantee a keep with this objective phase? We're gonna have to find out here in just a moment. Okie dokie. There's your camp. There's your boss for the top lane. Masquerade in mid, gonna clear things out. Arthas poking here and there with a death coil. Samuro still soaking up that top lane. About 2.5 levels to go for level 20 here as Falstad makes quick work of the bottom. There's Mule doing some fantastic work. Actually, Falstad's going to be jumping over towards the mid lane to help out. Boss plus objective still working its way over through this top as Phoenix is going to start getting some poke damage onto the boss. Bad Benny being chased down into the rotation of top. Sakuchi closing the distance for Samuro, but he's just going to master, Illusion Master. Illusion Master? Yes. He'll be able to swap to another clone, and boss and objective in top is getting some great value, but meanwhile in mid lane, the same can be said as about 25% of the keep does go down. Phoenix will fall to the Abathur. Samuro able to solidify that kill to block Totem, not enough to deny that damage, and so what do we get here? 30 seconds on Phoenix. They're not going to look for core, right? Yeah, I feel like they want the second keep before they go for core. Or are they? Yeah, they're going mid lane keep right now. Drekthar is going to do their best to spin through the health bars of all of this. This is the mid lane fort taking a ton of damage. You see the Centrigosa from the Arthas. Dino low. The Gust from Falstad. Yasu might have been saved by that. No, the 7-sided is not enough. Mal'Ganis gets the kill. We do have the Falstad to fall as well, and with one keep down, Drakthar is down to 50%. That's going to be the interrupt onto Purification Salvo. Hunt from the Illidan onto Dino, who gets the Shadow Walk out. The core is at 3,000 HP, and I do think with all this damage, yes, the members of Worston Homies take a dominant map number 3 on Alterac Pass and put themselves in the position to take this entire tournament through map 4. GG, well played. Ending with only one keep down is big, I agree. Welcome back into Meta Madness, everyone. What could be the final map in this best of 5 grand finals? On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Worston Homies. On the right, it is washed up. And it is going to be washed up with the first pick priority as they lost the previous map, meaning the members of Worston Homies have chosen to take us to Battlefield of Eternity. What is the priority play for these teams? What are we going to be getting rid of? The amount of heroes available are getting limited, more and more limited here. So we're going to start seeing some very interesting picks, I do believe. Excuse me. Oh, no Alarak. I believe Zul'jin is up and available. Zul'jin, Zagara, Valera, Butcher, Brainer. I think Kira's up and available. Probius, Orphea Nova, Nazebo, Murky. Asmodan is up. I think Greymane's up as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think Greymane has just been not even looked at this entire time, so Greymane could be a ban here as he's a really good race hero against the Immortals, also just great in team fights. It's just really what they want to not deal with. Has Junkrat been played, or has he just been perma-banned? I don't remember, honestly. I feel like Junkrat has been perma-banned. And we might see a priority onto it here for the displacement and the control. Stitch is banned away. That leaves still, what, like, I think, like, May? No, I don't think even May is open. You know, like ETC and Cho, I think, is available for tank, like true tanks. Zool's already been played, if I'm not mistaken. Varian as well. Zarya's gone. Sorry to the Zarya lovers in chat. No Zarya in this game. First pick, Zool Gen. Sparta? No, this is not Sparta. This is not Sparta. Remember when every single high school football team was like... Every single high school football player, like, that was their personality after seeing 300. They were just like, Gerard Butler! Anyway, so I'm all over the place. Dahaka ETC. Alrighty. We could see Block Party at level 1 for Dahaka, or for the ETC. Really, really good way to mitigate some of Zul'jin's stacks. It also, Block Party does give block stacks to your allies on top of that. Oh, how are we gonna... Oh, there's Junkrat. Lieutenant Morales is up and available. They could double support this. Uther hasn't been played, so I wouldn't be too upset with an Uther ban. Unless the members of Worston Homies want to take the Uther for themselves for Divine Mosh, they could get the Divine Cow with Divine Shield and Mosh Pit. That's an old play that we've seen, but maybe. But I kind of feel like an Uther ban would be beneficial from the side of Worston Homies. Imperius as well. I feel like that was their personality even before 300. Yeah, but they had a way of like they had a new way to express themselves. It was just dumb. High school football is just ugh. The egos, man. I'm the best in my school, and then you go to college, it's like, holy shit, I'm just average. There's the Greymane band that I was thinking about earlier in the beginning of the draft. Kind of surprised you made it this far, but either way. Cho'Gall is available as well. They are. You gotta save it for Game 5. You know what's gonna happen in Game 5, if we make it to a Game 5, is it's going to be Cho'Gall banned away right at the start. That's what's gonna happen. You played football in high school for a year? I was the photo guy in high school. Nice, Morales right there. Wait, is Ariel open and available? They could go Ariel with the Zul'jin. I believe Tyranda's already been played, like Ariel Lily. Sure, why not? You broke your leg and never played again. It was all for the best, I bet. Last two picks. There's the Uther for the Divine Shield, and the Ariel as well as a battery. Washed Up might be able to take us into a Game 5 with this. What's the pick with all this? Do they go Hyper Carry Gul'dan and grab like a Lily here for blinds? Do they go for more damage? What do they want? They don't have very good race potential on the side of Worston Homies. And Mephisto, last pick. That's actually quite insane that Mephisto gets last picked. Quite crazy to me that Mephisto's getting last picked here, but either way, that's going to be your draft for map number 4. You can't pick the first half of... Nope, you have to pick them at the same time. You have to pick them in a 2 slot. So if you have first pick priority, you cannot pick Chen or Cho'Gall. But if you're second pick, so if you're map pick and you get the 1-2 at the beginning, then you can first pick Cho'Gall. Yeah, you have to have 2 slots open and available to draft him. Which team wins Battlefield of Eternity? Which team will win this map? Get your predictions in. You know the dealio, chat.
Hey, listen.
You weren't really into football, but one day during PE, the football coach saw me running the bases. We were playing... yes, of course. You know, son, with my tutelage, you're gonna become the greatest football player this side of the Mississippi. On the left-hand side, we got Worston Homies looking to close out this best-of-5 grand finals here in Meta Madness with a 3-1. Banana on the Lieutenant Morales, Ultralisk on the Gul'dan, Dino to play the Mephisto, and Masquerade on the ETC with a Dahaka to be played by Dequaza.
The battle begins in
Over on the right-hand side, we are going to be seeing Washed Up, looking to take us to a map number 5. Copen on the Rexar. Misha to be played by, of course, Misha. Yasu on the Ariel. Hans on the Zul'jin. Bad Benny on the Uther. And Hazuabs on the Junkrat. Get your predictions in. Are we going to a map 5, or is this going to be a 3-1? Felt good to be Aslan, but I didn't really mesh with the team. Ah, yes. That's understandable. Beam life support at level 1 for the Lieutenant Morales. Dahaka burrows under the ground immediately. Did go into the enhanced agility at level 1. Zul'jin with the recklessness. Ariel with the searing light. So she'll... Is it 30%? Yeah, 30% of the... deals damage to enemy equal to 30% of the energy consumed. Yes. You gotta introduce Misha. She's the hard carry for the team. Junkrat checking the bush with the frag launcher grenades as Mephisto dives forward onto Yasu and Hans. Ultralisk wants the last little bit of damage, but a full bar of healing will be used onto Yasu, and Bad Benny trying to get some healing over the wall, but isn't going to use any. Junkrat's got a trap on this camp and is going to be able to scout out that the enemy's on their way to this. Lieutenant Morales a little early with the grenade. ETC steps up onto the point and the concussion mine. Did you see how ETC angled right here, chat? What happened is instead of being rocketed off to the side, ETC played towards the lower end, so that way he kind of hugged the wall and he didn't really even get knocked off the point too far. It's like when the Dragonite on Dragonshire kicks you up against the bottom lane wall. You just kind of go up and down. You don't really move anywhere. So nice positioning from Masquerade right there to be able to deny Hazuab's deny. Denying for the deny. Top lane, Rexar and Misha still pushing up against the Dahaka, but the action is going to be down here in bottom lane as I keep seeing it and saying hams. Dino getting pulled away by the concussion mine of Hazuabs and is able to set up that first kill, first blood over the side of Washed Up. Bam, down. Piercing, excuse me. Detainment Strike or repeated offense for the Ariel at level 4. 17 stacks on Gul'dan already. And here comes the Immortal phase, so we're going to see the Bruiser camp being rotated into by Washed Up. Crowd Surfer ETC, you don't say. Crowd Surfer with Block Party. Alright, I like it. Uther just anchoring just above in case someone looks for a flank rotation, but oh, into top lane. Rexar, I do believe, is dead here. But while they're all rotating to kill a Rexar, Zul'jin and friends start burning down the Immortal, and that will be the first half of the race going over the side of Washed Up. Will there be a priority defense, or is it just going to be try and race against them? I feel like you want to defend here, especially with Rexar down for another second or so. Nice Detainment Strike before Dahaka lands a drag. He'll float on over to the right-hand side as Dino and Ultralisk start working on the race here, as two mages want to point that out as well. Zul'jin, Twin Cleave being thrown out. That's going to be a Detainment Strike to knock back Masquerade. Drag from Dahaka does connect onto Copen here as the ETC gets a power slide through as well. Yasu a little split. Han's going to be jumping back into the race here, as also Misha being forced away. On the left-hand side, Gul'dan still getting great value as best as he possibly can. Oh no, Zul'jin getting stunned out by the Immortal Power Slide from the ETC, and that will be Zul'jin going down. Bad Benny on the top of this Immortal area trying to take it down, but it's going... no, it will be first Immortal over to the side of Washed Up. How much does this actually get? I'm curious. Take a look really quickly at the stats on Belith here in the bottom lane. 1,092 damage into structures. Uther runs up and gets a quick stun onto Dino. Detainment Strike gets a 4th stack for Yasu here. And what kind of siege value can we see into the keep front gate, or the fort front gate? Gate will go down, Immortal down to 50%, Chattering Teeth to chase around onto Dino, who was jumping forward with the Shade of Mephisto. The Immortal will be cleared up by the fort. And Masquerade and the rest want to try and take down Hazuabs, who's sitting around 50% HP, but a lot of damage over time has been applied. No Arcanite access for the Zul'jin. He's going to go Vicious Assault at level 7, increase the duration of Grievous Throw Mark by 3 seconds, and its damage bonus by 45%. Oh, wow. Concussion Mine into the Steel Trap. Dino getting great healing out from Banana, but it's not... Yeah, that's not enough. They still get the camp, though. Camp still gotten, and ETC power slides through Bad Benny and the terrain in top lane. Dayquaza's doing fine up against Rexar and Misha. Next objective phase should be announced, I think, somewhere in the 6:30 mark. Oh, no, Bad Benny, you're dead. No, wow, yes, no, wow. Double support value right there. Ultralisk getting chunked by the Rexar, but Misha, who is taking tower shots, needs to be pulled away. Ooh. Is there a rotation? Yeah, I'm seeing Mephisto on the minimap here making their way to top lane, so definitely going to be starting to work on this, but Misha... Oh, she doesn't scout it. All right. I thought she was going to, but the Dahaka's still here. There's the Immortal announcement. Dayquaza getting chunked a little bit. Moves into the bush, but no chase, actually. Surprisingly enough, Dino actually backs off the camp. Doesn't want to be ganked or give that over for free, so it fully leashes in the top lane. Fort front gate is going to be sieged into. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Gul'dan ETC, as well as Lieutenant Morale, is going to take down the fort front gate, but this is a fort for a gate to be traded. I don't know if you really want to be doing... Oh, wait, hold on. Drag onto the Rexar. He's tanking tower shots. He's displaced by the Lurker Strain. Dayquaza with the big brain plays as Dahaka. That also jumps the experience closer to level 10 for them as well. Both teams should get level 10 almost simultaneously. We'll see that at the top of the screen in just a moment, as we do have Fallen Shaman being worked on as a consolation prize by Washed Up, with the first half of the Immortal phase goes over to the side of Worse Than Homies, and Uther finishes out his level 1. Alright, we got Endurance of Hate, Horrify, Mosh Pit, Medevac, and Isolation. On the opposing side, Riptire, Tostingo, Crystal Aegis, Divine Shield, and the Boars for Rexar. Hans pops the Amani Rage, dropping their health down a little bit here. 4,000 HP left on this Immortal as Gul'dan pokes at it here and there with some Echo Corruption over the wall. Traps being thrown out by Junkrat to try and zone. Hazuab's also poking out here and there with some frag launcher grenades. Dahaka is going to be stunned by Uther, but they run on in. That's Misha being grabbed. The Endurance of Hate goes onto her as well. No one prioritizing the bear. It's okay. It's okay. They don't get the bear whatsoever. Boars on leash. There's going to be some great damage into Ultralisk, who will fall. Chattering Teeth onto Masquerade. He power slides through the terrain. Zul'jin going to start working on this Immortal phase, as we do have the Fallen Shaman targeted by the tower. But can it take down this fort? Doesn't look like it, with Dahaka clearing things out ever so quickly. Mephisto gets one Skull Missile, and that will take down the Immortal. So Alarian goes into top lane, favoring the side of Worse Than Homies. What can be achieved? Endurance of Hate for Mephisto up in about 4 seconds. He didn't go Spite, actually, at level 4. Went into, I forget the name, Static Barrier. Stun from that Uther, as he's also going to get bopped back by a grenade of Lieutenant Morales. Power slide onto the Misha. Crystal Aegis, there was the Endurance of Hate. I think I heard a Horrify somewhere in all of that. Mosh Pit's up and available if Masquerade wants to int super hard right now with a quarter of his HP, but hey, he's going to pop some of those block stacks. The Immortal's going to get some good damage here. We have Mephisto jumping in. Dino with a little bit of shielding from that Static Barrier. Level 4, Boars Unleashed by the Rexar once again. Dayquaza low here on, slowed here, gets the Tunneling Claws, or the Burrow, and is able to tap the bush and get the speed boost. So top lane Fort sitting on a little bit of HP, around 20-25%. Bottom lane's got a wave pushed up, and Dino wants to go soak things up and close that, find that level 13 for their allies. Also, I think Shard of Hate at level 13 is going to be huge for Worse Than Homies. I want to see when Medevac will be used. When is Medevac going to be used? Are they going to Medevac to top lane right now? Go get the fort, take down Hazuabs? No, that's going to be a camp for the bottom lane. Good charge from the Misha. Ultralisk getting quick clears onto the lane as well with some fell flames. Checking the bush here and there, making sure that the enemy isn't trying to get a flank onto them. Junkrat showing in top lane. We know that Uther and Ariel are around here. Bad Benny is going to get scouted out in a second. Nice Detainment Strike as ETC goes for Power Slide. That is a Consumed Soul onto, or Endurance of Fate connecting onto Bad Benny, but no Divine Shield, no Crystal Aegis Force. An Ensnare, I think. I could not remember the name. I was like, a trap! An Ensnare onto ETC, a few stacks to the Zul'jin. 21 out of the 30 as, have a nice die. Dahaka's got Lurker Strain. He's going to bop the enemies, tap the bush, and die. ETC did go into Encore. Going to be having cooldown reduction on his Heroic from that. But honest to God, I have not seen... I mean, also, it does leave behind the boombox some more displacement. We have not seen a single mosh pit from Zul'jin, or from Zul'jin, from ETC just yet. Looking for that angle, but there's so many ways to interrupt it. Ensnare, ETC, he's going to have to power slide out through the Misha as the objective phase is being burned down really quickly by Washed Up. Dino jumping forward. I believe that's Shade Mephisto. Yes, indeed. We have a Fallen Shaman in the bottom lane, favoring the side of Worston Homies. Immortals move to north-south positioning. We do have defensive. That's Amisha tanking that shot. Mosh pit from ETC. No, I thought I heard it. I thought I heard it go off, but not the case. Gul'dan wants to confirm the fort in bottom lane with a ton of extra damage. He's got the Echoed Corruption. Boar's Unleashed as well. I don't think there's a... Oh, Horrify pushes back the Uther. Riptire hits Ultralisk, and the bottom lane fort does go down. Meanwhile, they're working on this Immortal, but as I had mentioned beforehand, the race potential from Worston Homies, not as effective. That's a great drag from Dequaza. Bad Benny taking a bit of damage, but keep... Oh, wait. ETC Power Slide, Face Melt. Another little face melt on top of that as well. Bad Benny getting tons of healing. ETC will go down, but Uther to be traded. Uther does have Ghost Heals for the time being. Zul'jin finishes out his 30th stack, so he's got the double revolve on the Arcanite Axe. Uther will go Spell Shield at level 13. Oh, they're gonna set up to defend. I thought they were gonna just try and remove some of the shielding. Gul'dan chasing on to Rexar and Misha. Drag over the far side of the wall, doesn't connect. Top lane's got a massive wave collapsing. This map number 4 feels just like chaos, chat. This map 4 feels absolutely chaotic. Lieutenant Morales will use the other factor of medevac where you can actually reinforce and bring ETC in. I see now why we're getting the medevac. I see now how we're gonna use the medevac, I mean. Gonna be getting people back into fights way faster as there's a lot of zoning to let Gul'dan finish out the, well, get some damage on the Immortal. I mean, it's still 14,000 to go. This is a mosh pit from ETC, Crystal Aegis. And they're still inside the mosh pit. Bad Benny gonna be bopped around. Divine Shield available, 6 seconds on the Junkrat. Misha chasing out on the Masquerade. The camp will be stolen away. I do want to point that out as well. Dahaka, can he land a drag onto Hans? Hans taking a ton of damage here. Tostingo is forced out of the Zul'jin. Dequaza, way too low, does go down. You see some pings onto the Immortal right now, and that should be an Immortal quickly over the side, but god dang, Gul'dan was so very close. 2,274 HP as the medevac will be used here. Can Morales get out in time? Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, Belith in the bottom lane. This is looking ever so better for the members of Washed Up to go into a map number 5 in Meta Madness Grand Finals. Can they take down more than just the fort here? I'm thinking fort and some decent damage into keep front gate. Maybe a couple swipes onto the keep as well. 18 seconds on Morales. 35 stacks for our Zul'jin right now. Looking at other stacking stuff. Gul'dan's done with his level 1. Uther's done with his level 1. Dahaka still working on his as Dino jumps over the wall, taking almost 70-80% of their health, trying to poke at the enemy, and this is Immortal getting the keep front gate, still around 50-ish%, a little bit less than that. Getting 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many swipes. Misha tanking tower shots, does go down to the Nexus Forces. Spin from the Immortal, and this keep is going to be down below 50%. Fantastically played from the side of Washed Up. This is looking better and better for the opportunity for a map number 5. Spores are going to be unleashed from the Rexar, but I feel like it's more or less just to disengage. More so to disengage. Top lane's got some catapults to push onto the keep over there. We are looking at some assist pings, or we're going to see an assist ping. Morales. Alright, a quick camp to be grabbed in top as well. ETC power sliding around through bushes as well, and Dahaka goes and soaks up the top lane. Gonna get himself some more essence, as well as the stacking on his level 1 enhanced agility. Immortal phase, I didn't look at when it went down, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do have an immortal phase popping up here in just a moment. Just a moment before our immortals will pop up, and one camp remains on the map. ETC power slides, Attainment Strike. Stun from Uther. Dino getting chunked here. He gets healed up by Banana immediately. Daquaza just able to back away as well. Uther mounting up, and there's the Immortal Phase announcement. So while the announcement is being had, this will be a camp on the left-hand side. I don't think they can invade onto this. 5 to 7 in our kills, 17 apiece in the levels. Things are close. Things are very close here, as the Immortals will be on defensive position. No, they're going to be on race potential sides, as we have the axes on the left, and we always see the vision for the blue team on the setup for this. So here you go. You got to defend, though, on the side. Oh, no, Ultralisk can start throwing Fell Flames left and right. Hans getting chunked a bit. That's a drag onto Misha, I think. Power Slide doesn't connect either. Zul'jin with an auto attack here and there. The cleave is getting tons of just extra value on top of the race here. But Gul'dan dealing great damage here. Gul'dan doing a really good job actually racing. I would, honest to God, if you told me Gul'dan was the only one over there, I wouldn't believe you. But crap, he actually did quite a good job clearing out the first half of the Immortal phase. Junkrat working on the Fallen Shaman in bottom, which does get targeted by the tower. The Immortals go to defensive positions, and who's able to win this? Gul'dan with a quick rotation to the mid, or to the top lane, clears things out, and is able to then jump back into the allies. ETC with one singular auto on the Immortal. 24,000 to 17,000 rounding up. And 20 talents here, still a level and a half away. Camp for the top lane will be grabbed, but it's got a ways to go before it really gets any structural value. We'll push up the wave. We'll be able to push up top lane consistency. Echo Corruption at level 20, the Ruinous Affliction, but let's talk about the Horrify, the Crystal Aegis, Masquerade, power slides in. Riptire from the Junkrat hits a few enemy heroes, but no extra oomph level 20 for any sort of cooldown reduction. We're going to see a little group up over here for some quick heals and repositioning top lane, as I mentioned, as that massive wave coming through. Ruinous Affliction also. Corruption deals an additional 158 on impact, and the enemy hit with by all 3 strikes. The third strike deals 543. Gul'dan quickly working on this top lane. Fell Flames. There you go. Nice utilization of Fell Flames and the life funnel. Hans goes down to Hans goes down to Mephisto, but the ETC will be taken out as well. Bad Benny split from his allies. Dahaka trying to drag, will be able to drag. Misha, yeah, she's not even being looked at right now. They wanna chase onto Copen, but they say, you know what? Instead, let's just go ahead and throw Gul'dan for some camp clear, some objective clear. And the members of Worston Homies, alrighty, they're gonna get this really well, like 50% shielded Immortal. Dahaka's done with his enhanced agility, pushes up the bottom wave, but the Immortal will go into top, as that's the more well-defended lane. One more Fell Flame to get that clear, and here we go into top with Alarian, currently dealing 1,916 damage into structures, just under 1,000 regular attack damage, as the top lane wave is cleared out quite quickly from the 2 mages and Morales. All right, obviously it's Fort and top lane to go down, but can they take down the keep? Can keep be taken down? Do have the Reservoir of Hope, by the way, for the Ariel. I'm really quickly want to look on this. She's got an extra 375 on the Reservoir of Hope from the level 16, and 20 talents here already here to the left-hand side. We got the Haunt, the Contagion, We will be seeing this the hospice care. Yeah, hospice care right there. Mephisto with the mimic as well. Unkillable with that hospice care onto the ETC. That is Horrify pulling out the Junkrat, the isolation. Chad, I think it's going to be a game number 4 over to the side of Worston Homies. I think they're going to be able to take down this core. The Boars are unleashed by Rexar. Let's see what happens here. The 20 talents here, the kill command, unkillable. There's the mosh pit, but Fade Death is going to be utilized. Misha having a bit of a dance party as well. The core shielding is falling, and ladies and gentlemen, Meta Madness will be won by Worston Homies. GG from Hazuabs. And map number 4 goes over to the side of Worston Homies.